Hello everyone. So I had this great idea today. I woke up, put my Texas little headband on, my sunglasses, and I thought, hey, I am going to go on an adventure today. So I thought about getting on a plane and going to Paris, France. You know, see the Eiffel Tower and all the great stuff that goes on in Paris. And then I realized, oh wait, I have to plan a trip like that. I gotta get a passport, I gotta get money. So I decided we'll just go to the second best place that you can go. Hold on, let me show you. So today I'm at the Eiffel Tower. Yep, in Paris, Texas. There is a Paris and it's in Texas. So hey, when you can't go to the real thing, go to the second best thing, which is the Eiffel Tower in Paris. Which, you know, being in Texas, has to have a big cowboy hat on top. Check that cowboy hat out. Check out these pretty trees. So, this beautiful tower, Eiffel Tower, is next to a memorial park. And so I'm going to take you over and show you a little bit. I'm going to show you some of the sights and scenes of Paris, Texas today. Mom and I was over here doing some taking care of some business, and then decided that today is a great day to shoot some video. So let's go and find out what we can find. So this is a Veterans Memorial here in Paris. And maybe I should come in from the front. So if you're ever in Texas and you want to go to Paris, you should come to Paris. And if you like the Oak Ridge Boys, looks like they're going to be here October the 1st. Oak Ridge Boys are celebrating 50 years in the music business. I've seen them in concert, I don't know, 3-4 times. Anyway, that'll be a great concert here in Paris. So this is the Red River Valley Veterans Memorial. So, as a proud American, I think we should always support our veterans. And it's great that Paris has this. So you first walk in, you get all the pretty flat flags, the different branches. You have the Army, Air Force, Peace Corps, probably we have over here. Come on, I should know my flags better than this. So we have Army, Air Force, Marines, Navy, Coast Guard. Air Force. Did I say Air Force already? Did I miss somebody? Air Force, Army, Marines, Coast Guard. Seems like I'm forgetting somebody very important. Marines, Navy. Then the Navy. I know I was forgetting one very important one. There it is, the Navy. But anyway, my dad was a veteran. He was a veteran in the Army. I have an uncle that was a veteran. He's a Marine. I had a cousin that was a Marine. I also had a cousin that died in World War II in the Army. So we've had some veterans in our family. But it starts off it's really pretty. The gates are beautiful with the flag. Gosh darn, I can't believe I couldn't think Navy. I was like, I know I'm missing one. So sometimes, you know, I get on here and I get all tongue-tied. Because I'm like, I know what I'm trying to say. So this memorial honors all veterans, past, present, and future. May it remind us that our country, the great United States of America, must always be defended against forces that would deny us our freedom as an American. So, but it's pretty out here. So you come over here, you can look up veterans memorials, highlights, things like that. And then we'll walk out here real quick. All right, so we're out here, and I am working very hard not to be all jumpy with my video, but so we're remembering the Alamo here. So we are in the great state of Texas, and if you live in Texas, the Alamo is a big part of history here. It happened October 2nd, 1835 to April 21st, 1836 in San Antonio. Killed 700, wounded 1,000 in the Alamo. So I have been to the Alamo and toured the place. I think the thing that I remember, and I was in high school when I saw the Alamo, but I was just absolutely amazed at how small it was. But I guess back then it had a lot more land and it had all the walls around it. Now it's just really just the one famous picture that we always see when it comes to the Alamo. But yep. Then we come into the American Civil War. Now, if anybody knows me, knows that my favorite part of history is the Civil War. I'm no expert, but I know a ton of Civil War history because it is my favorite time to study. So General Hood's brigade, we have General Hood over here. You got to remember, we're in the South. General Maxey, first commander of the 9th Infantry Regiment. I believe he is actually from Paris, I believe. Anyway, Unions killed 365, wounded 282, Confederates 290, wounded 137. And you know, the thing about back then is that they didn't have the medicine we had. So a lot of people, died of disease and things like that because the water got contaminated. They didn't know about bacteria and germs. And, first thing they would do is cut off an arm and a leg. So I think that's some of the most fascinating history to study is, for me, when it comes to Civil War, is the hospitals and the way they treated them. And so that's why there's so many, I think, in the Civil War that was wounded or killed. Mainly, a lot of it. And you had high-power guns, but you didn't know anything about this stuff today. So we have the Spanish-American War is honored here. We have a beautiful statue. This is the War Dog Memorial. The statue honors all dogs and handlers. I gotta take my glasses off. Make sure I get stuff in the video. This is all dogs and handlers from all wars, as they saved countless lives working together as a team. The handlers communicated totally by hand signals and movements to provide commands to their dogs. So that is a really neat picture. A really neat statue. Yeah, I love that. So now we're getting into some of the others. We have the World War I from 1917 to 1918. There were 116,000 Americans plus that were killed. We have World War II. Now, World War II, like I said, we have the Pacific, the European, and the Pacific. I have a cousin that died in World War II on a tanker. He died, I believe, in France, is what I'm thinking. So he would have been part of the European group. 293,000 plus killed in World War II. That's D-Day there, honoring D-Day. World War II, Pacific Theater. I think that more has to do with Japan. So we got little benches out here, memorials. And then we come over here, we got the Korean War. I have an uncle that went over to Korea. My dad was actually supposed to be sent to Korea. He was supposed to get his first commission out of the Army. And him and Mom were worried that he was going to be sent to Korea. And then he got his commission. This is a true story. Got his commission, and his commanding officer got it. And he was excited for Dad that he came and found him at church. He was at church with my mom, and he said, "Your commission came through." And Dad goes, "I'm going to Korea, right?" And they said, "Nope. Your commission." It was the end of the Korean War, and he got his first commission actually in the United States. He was one of the first few men to not get sent to Korea, because it would have been, I guess, 1953 at the end of the war, and he got to go stateside. So my dad missed going to Korea by just maybe a couple months, maybe a few weeks. I'm not exactly sure on that part, but Vietnam War. Everybody knows about the Vietnam War. And this one's empty. So I don't know. Maybe they're waiting for another war. I hope not, but who knows? That's probably why it's there for. And all of these on the outside are empty, so they could actually add a lot more stuff if they wanted to, which is always smart. This is the Gold Star Family Memorial. So yeah, we're in Paris, Texas. And we do have our flag at half staff here. Now, I saw a couple flags at half staff today, and I, for the life of me, can't think of anything right now that would cause us to have half flag in the United States. So I'm thinking that this half flag is actually lowered in honor of Queen Elizabeth, because it's, she died about a few days ago. So I'm guessing on that. I'm not 100% sure that's why, but if not, I'm not sure the reason why. And if you know the reason why, if it's not to honor the queen who died after 70 years of rule, let me know. This one's the Global War on Terror. So yesterday, when I recorded this, it may be a few days before I get this posted, was 9/11. So this is a memorial to 9/11. Look at all the pretty trees all in bloom. Red, white. Sorry. Very pretty. So it's just very well done here. And okay, y'all. So I'm going to end the video here with the beautiful memorial to our veterans, our proud veterans. I am proud to be an American. Let me tell you a story yesterday. So I work at an RV park, or help volunteer, just out there. And there was a family in the hot tub. And what I loved was I went by the hot tub, and there was 2 grandparents and 2 grandkids. And they were singing the national anthem. And I thought, now that's cool. Those kids were small, and those grandparents were teaching them the national anthem. Then a few minutes later, I heard them talking about Queen Elizabeth and the death, and the monarchy and Parliament and everything in the government of England, and giving these kids a history lesson about that, and how they, you have the Queen that passes to the King Charles, and then down to William. And so a little bit later, I went up to talk to the grandmother, and being a history buff, I stopped to talk to her, and I said, I just want you to know I'm a history buff, and I thought it was amazing to see you guys working with the kids to learn the national anthem, and then teaching them a little bit about even just history and the European history and things. And she said, I love history, and I love old antique books, and my son loves history. And she said, I just felt like that if you don't teach the kids when they're young about history, they won't appreciate it when they get older. And I said, that's so true. So if you got some grandkids, you got somebody, teach them the national anthem, show them pride, teach them the Pledge of Allegiance, teach them and it doesn't have to be American history. I mean, the history, even the European history, like, England is in the highlights right now because of Queen Elizabeth, but it's still fascinating to learn about history, world history. So I'm glad I was able to at least bring you here and show you the Veterans Memorial. And right up there, can you see me? The big Eiffel Tower here in Paris, Texas. And yes, I had to wear my Texas headband. So, and look, I got some other things on today. Look at this. I got a little cowboy. I got this in an auction from my friend CJ. And then show and tell, I'm also wearing a couple bracelets that I got from a friend of mine named CJ. So Everybody always wants to know, do you wear the jewelry? I do, but sometimes you can't see it, but today you can. So y'all have a great day, and I'm going to record a few more videos to come up. And thank you for joining me in Paris, Texas.